ThaBoxingvoice.com live here with former two-time champ Paulie Malignaggi. Paulie, you stay making waves, man. I see you and Kambosos going at it.
Yeah.
Gave your opinion
Well,
on
I don't know
this
if I'm
fight
going
tonight.
at it. And George gave an opinion. George, I think George is just hot. You know, he's in camp. He's just hot, and he's he's ready to get grooving. And you know, when you're emotional like that, or at that pre-camp status, you're signing for a fight. And you know, I've been there, man. You know, you're at that point in your career, people counting you out, and you're on your last string. You're holding on to try to hold on to that world-class level, but you're kind of fading out. You want to prove the world wrong. I get it, man. I get it. You know, it's but I also got to do my job. You know, like I said, I don't think. I said it on the show. I think that I don't know if he got the full context of what I said. I don't mind Kambosos against Lomachenko. I mind it for a title shot. That's you know, I don't think it should be a title fight. You know, but as far as me saying he should retire and him getting offended by it, you know what? He has a right to get offended by it. Nobody should tell another man when it's time to retire or not. I was looking at it more for his own benefit, to be honest with you. It's not my responsibility to do that. You know, he's made his own money. And if he wants to keep fighting, he has a right to keep fighting. I think if you lose the Lomachenko fight decisively, he falls so far off world-class level based on the recent performances that I don't think it'll be worth him fighting. And I think, you know, with the money he'll have made in these several fights, I think he'll have set himself up for a good retirement. I was looking at it from that perspective. But you know what? You can't take the competitor out of the fighter, you know, and I think George is still a competitor.
Obviously, I know you're a Lomachenko fan. Where do you put him if he loses to George?
Same thing. I mean, I told Vasily that I think he should have retired after the Haney decision. As I said, I don't think that I think he's too good, has done too much for the sport, and it's been too big of a part of the sport between the amateurs and the pros, all the accomplishments he's had, the kind of fighter he's been, to just become an opponent, you know, and that, because I said, that's what they're going to try to make you do, is just become an opponent, you know, for the up-and-coming stars, which is par for the course. It happens when you get to a certain age. They want the younger guys to take over, right? Hey, what's up, bro? But, so I told him, you know what, he may win this title fight. He probably does. But, again, ultimately, you know, you may be able to stack some more cash, I guess, you know, make a few defenses, maybe get a unification in there. You know, there's still not a lot of guys that will beat Lomachenko, but I think Shakur Stevenson is the best lightweight in the world. So I'm not sure that wants to be undisputed is realistic at this point, you know?
I got to ask, because you moved up to welterweight. What shot you giving Crawford with this rumor now that he is really getting the Canelo fight? What kind of shot you giving him?
I don't know. I don't know, man. I think it's I don't know. This sport is weird, bro. I don't know. I think he's a bit small. He's carried up his weight very well so far with the power as well. But this is now 3 weight classes. This is like a sideshow at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know, man. You don't give. You know, Benavidez has been the monster on the door waiting for the title shot, and there's always an excuse. You know, you Bivol, you're chasing greatness. This guy, because, you know, you got to give Golovkin his 3rd fight back. This guy, Ryder, I don't know, because he's Ryder. You know, mandatory. Even though when Jamal was a mandatory, when he was dangerous 5 years ago, he didn't get the shot, right? Yavni Yildirim, no, mandatory. Why do the mandatories only get honored when the guys are hopeless? You know, but when they're not hopeless, it's okay not to honor them, you know? I mean, so, I don't know, man. At this point, what do you say? What do you do?
You're not giving him a shot then.
Wait, Crawford at Canelo? No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I think it's a very difficult fight because, you know, I think size matters. I think Crawford overall is a better fighter, but I don't. Can he get respect? Can he hurt him? Can he keep up with him physically? I don't know. You know, the weight classes exist for a reason. I think Crawford's a better fighter, but I'm not sure he wins that fight. It's a bit of a sideshow, especially when you got guys in one of the weight classes that's the deepest in boxing. And with guys that are deserving of title shots, you know, you've got guys like Benavidez, Morrell, Munguia just look good. You've got a very stacked weight class, and all 4 titles are being held hostage by a guy who's defending against pizza delivery guys. You know, it's like now, you know, and nobody's stripping. So now it gets to that point, and he's got the right to do what he wants money-wise, but he should be stripped, or he should vacate the titles, because I think now it's disrespecting the sport to do this. And I'm not sure that it's right, even by the standards of creating new generation champions. For example, look at what happened with Jaron Ennis. Errol Spence should have probably been stripped 2 years ago, and Ennis should have won a title 2 years ago, and had he made defenses for 2 years. He would have been a champion for 2 years, making defenses for 2 years. Now now Ennis versus Crawford would actually be a realistic possibility because you would have had a champion that people would have wanted to see a unification. Instead, you handed him the title now, and when he's not been a champion for all these years, and now he's just a guy who just picked up a title. It's different. I think, you know, that's what happens when you do wrong by these young fighters. The things don't pan out for them because you're sitting there trying to make sideshow type of events, you know. In the end, we did want to see Crawford and Spence, but if it took that long, somebody should have been stripped. I mean, Spence should have been stripped of the IBF title. Why are you waiting for Crawford to win the title and then strip him for Ennis? Because now it does nothing for Ennis. It does nothing for Ennis because Ennis had Ennis been a champion for 2 years, had he been stripped, they'd stripped him for Spence 2 years. Had he been a champion for 2 years, defended for 2 years, listen, now Crawford and Ennis would be a realistic fight. Instead, it's not.
Since you're talking welterweight and we're in Florida, what's your thoughts on Keith moving up to fight Tim Tszyu for no belt at 155?
I don't know what with the no belt, but again, sideshow type of stuff. You know, I don't know. It's weird.
It's boxing in this place where those are more important fights. Fights out of your division.
I think they just make names. I think they just make names, and they it goes to show you how dumb fans have gotten to buy into this, you know? Like, if the 80s fighters were around today, they would make Mike Tyson for Sugar Ray Leonard. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you would see. Like, this is the kind of thing that you're doing, you're seeing now. You know, you're seeing this weird thing. Bro, a couple years ago, they were asking about Canelo and Joshua. Remember that? I mean, we're at the point where people are this dumb, you know, where this is realistically, like, these are realistic options here, you know? So, I mean, I don't know, if you want to buy into it and then, you know, throw your money away, I guess, go ahead. I mean, I don't think, you know, Crawford may accomplish something great, he may not. I think it's a difficult fight. I think Crawford is the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. But I don't want to see that fight. I mean, not when you got guys deserving of the super middleweight title. I don't want to see that fight.
What would it mean if he beats him?
I don't know.
I mean, outside of the obvious three-time undisputed.
I mean, it would be a good win because you're going up 3 weight classes. But Canelo's probably like the 5th best super middleweight in the world. He's just holding the belt hostage. You know what I mean? Like, Canelo's...
Wow, you could rank 5 above.
No, I'm saying, I'm estimating. You know, definitely, I think Morel and Benavidez definitely beat him. You know what I mean? Munguia, looking the way he did last week, is a possibility just on activity, right? And he's got real power, you know? That's already 3 just over the top of my head, you know? At this point, I don't know, man. You know, like, it's not the same Canelo from 2 years ago or 3 years ago that beat Caleb Plant. You know what I mean? Can Canelo now beat Caleb Plant now? I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm not sure. You know, when he beat Caleb Plant, he was a better fighter, Canelo. You know, I don't think he's at that level. I don't think he's as hungry. I don't know, man. So, what does it really do, making Crawford and Canelo? You're just gonna keep the belts more hostage. These other guys that deserve title shots are not gonna get a title shot, and you make another sideshow. What are you gonna do? And Crawford might win. I don't know, bro. You know, I picked Canelo. It's not like this is not a knock on Crawford, you know, but I just don't think it's a. I just think it's a dumb fight, especially with the way the weight class is stacked up right now at 168.
Well, Paulie, I'll let you get home, man. Thank God for Pro Box where we do get even fights.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
All right, please. Family, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us get to that 1 million subscribers. We're on the road to 1 million. And obviously, we have other great content on our Patreon channel. So since this video is over, head on over to our Patreon and check out all the exclusive content or right here on our YouTube members.